get fueled up and brothers, Curry and Thompson. Ball is good. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a three. They set a franchise record.
So good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage three on the court.
And here's Westbrook following the three from Kevin Durant. And there's the call on Pachulia. That is his first foul of the game.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And that's now 6 points for Klay Thompson.
Factor so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
And I think Doris Burke has something for
My first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long,
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
He does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
Spacing.
Thank you, Doris.
Spacing.
Adams against Curry. Roberson. And it's Durant with the rebound. Here's Golden State now. It's been 16 straight unanswered. Thompson from long range. Here's Pachulia. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
They get it back.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Here's Curry, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Thompson for three. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin, and a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point. Curry with a wide open look. And another basket for Golden State.
When you keep turning it over like they have, you give your opponent the chance to get out and run on you.
And it's come back to bite them so often here today.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in.
And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA. None brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Trying to get back on track, and Ilyasova throws it down.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
And here's Oladipo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Oladipo kicks to Westbrook, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Curry outside. Another three for Golden State.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
From deep three-point range, the shot is off. Great D that time from Westbrook. Green with the block. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession. Kanter checked in for Ilyasova.
Coming on the floor for your Thunder, Enes Kanter.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it.
And that's his 2nd foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Free throw good, Adams. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Kanter's shot is off.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Smooth sailing for Golden State. It's Curry outside. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
But they recover it. And Verejao kicks to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game. To the middle, looking to end the run. Verejao grabs the board. The feed to Curry. Shoots. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Golden State now. And another basket for Golden State.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Offensive rebound. Adams. Off with the layup.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Abrinas is checked in for Oklahoma City. And the Warriors also making a change. Ian Clark's checked in for Curry. Durant just inside the line. He trains the quick shot. Durant's got 8 points.
That's their 3rd straight. Make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Nothing dropping for him, so the best interest of his team, he may need to think about shooting right now.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Here's Clark. West dishes to Durant. The shot's good on the assist by West. And that's now 10 points for Kevin Durant.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Here's Roberson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play. And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious. Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger. Tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And so Adams nails both of them. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Fires for three. Another three for Golden State.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And that one's good by Clark.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
The Thunder have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
From deep, Iguodala. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some.
I think it's another level I can go to.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get back and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances, too, guys.
They've got Victor Oladipo, Ilyasova out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And again, unable to change momentum here.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. And he gets the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry. These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level, and it gets hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself. Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Tries to snap the cold streak. Warriors with the rebound.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Haynes checked in. Then for the Warriors, Varejao comes in for Zaza Pachulia. And it's Green in for Durant. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
And here they go. Iguodala kicks to Green. Golden State moving it around. It's stolen by Oladipo. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Ilyasova inside the line, and the shot no good, a bit short.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Curry outside, that's good. Curry's got 58.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Here's Ilyasova to halt the run. Payne can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Took him no time at all on that one. 60 points for Steph Curry.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Your Thunder, Steven Adams. Andre Roberson.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Curry. Non-stop scoring machine here. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. Iguodala's got 5 assists in the game. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Curry, good.
Putting you in.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
West is checked in for the Warriors. Ian Clark comes in for Steph Curry. Ball stolen. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball. And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
From deep. Green, no luck. They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter. You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
To the middle. Deflects the pass. And Oladipo, here we go. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. Thompson, the shot's good on the assist by West. And that's 17 points for Klay Thompson.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. Golden State on D. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Van showing some terrific range. 20 points for Klay Thompson.
Now he's starting to pick up from what he accomplished in the first quarter, where he made 3 of his 3-point attempts.
Ilyasova is screen on Thompson. With the floater. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
And that one's good by Clark.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now. This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the 3-point line.
To the paint. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Payne. And Golden State also making a change. Durant's checked in. Adams' shot is off.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Green gets it to go.
Wow, just look at that lead. Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent.
Outside Durant from deep 3-point range. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. They get it again. The kick out to Ilyasova. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. And really deep 3 that time. Livingston's got 9.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there. They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Stolen by Westbrook.
And I bet you'll never see too many.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. And now let's catch up.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 3 steals, and 1 rebound. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think? And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, they run into a very hot shooting team tonight, fellas. And you combine a hot shooting team with the weak defense they've been playing, you're going to get crushed. I hope coach is coming down hard on them right now because they can't keep giving up.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Clark.
That's good, Clark. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Green is out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Inside, Westbrook. Can they get it? Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
And they're able to recover, and they'll keep possession. Curry outside. The long-distance 3 is buried.
Guys, you just can't imagine how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. Man, that was as sweet as honey.
And I was looking over at the opposing bench. They couldn't believe it either.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Robertson can't hit. Here's the Warriors with the ball. Big-time run continues here. 16-0, shutting it down.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Arenas is checked in for Oklahoma City. West is checked in for Golden State. Got that bucket in no time at all. Curry's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
And another three for Golden State.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Curry against Westbrook. Ilyasova is screen on Curry. Westbrook drives in. From deep, Ilyasova. No luck. And Golden State will go the other way with it.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Outside Curry. Three-pointer. And another three for Golden State. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
They grabbed their own miss. Adams' shot is off. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
The turnover difference hasn't been in their favor, but you know what? It hasn't really slowed them down too much. I like the fact they're staying aggressive here.
And the Thunder making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Farajao comes in for Draymond Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Payne, he's checked in for Roberson. And the Warriors also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Durant.
This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
It's...
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Drive by Adams, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. It's going to be on Farajao. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Warriors.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
And he gets it to go.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Abrines the pass to Westbrook. There's the pick. Goes up off the pick. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And Durant sends it back. And they're running up the floor. Stolen by Cantor. To the middle. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Clark, fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, the half-court offense, that attack has really been pedestrian, even lackluster, if you will.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. But they get it back. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Thunder.
Victor Oladipo.
And it's the Thunder with the ball.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 13 points for Andre Iguodala.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Oladipo outside, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. On our old partner, Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, point. And Steve has that.
Excellent point. That free throw, no good. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
That's good.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And he commits the intentional foul.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
And the Thunder making a change here. Robertson's checked in. Durant, that's good.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here's Adams. They get it again. Here's Cantor. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Pachulia dishes to Livingston. 1 second left, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been...
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. They've got Laverne, Anthony Morrow out there with Payne. Then there's Nick Collison, and it's Singler in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Clark, and it's good assisting on the play with Livingston. Clark's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors. Dishes to Singler. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here's Livingston, and it's Golden State with another.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
They double him with West. And Singler kicks to Morrow. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Iguodala's drive. Again, Golden State.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball. You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
Here's Clark. Singler with the rebound. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Payne. Defense is right there, kept alive. Collison, no good. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And that one's good by Clark.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals. I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Abrinas is checked in for Nick Collison. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Golden State. Here's Clark. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter here, going 0 for 4 so far. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feed. Iguodala's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. There's the pass to Abrinas. Oklahoma City gets it back.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
He dialed that one up from long distance. 21 points for Iguodala.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Thunder. Golden State moving the ball around. From past the arc. And there's West. That good on the assist by Livingston.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
Payne kicks to Ilyasova. To the wing on the left. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Warriors have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. A shot by Varejao, wide open. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Here's Laverne. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And he knocks down the first one. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
And the basket by West.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Abrinas the pass to Morrow. Rob. Varejao with it. The dish to Clark. Back to Varejao. Here is Livingston. Pass to Varejao. 4 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Golden State.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Kicks to Morrow. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And here's West for 3. That's good.
Man, oh man, Kevin. He's really feeling it from three-point range now. All of a sudden, it seems like he just can't miss.
Down low, here's Ilyasova. And that time, also a missed shot.
Just a loss of focus there. He lost concentration. He's got to be kicking himself for missing that one.
To the middle. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Varejao.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. Now here's Payne. Inside, out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here is Livingston. Cuts off the pass. Ahead, out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Iguodala outside. Drains the three-pointer. Iguodala's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Warriors. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Payne. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Iguodala outside. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Passes it to Abrines. Uncovered and misses it off the right side of the rim. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.